Hi, this is CS146. I'm Matthew Ventures. Today I wanted to take a look at basically the process of creating tasks and mapping out our milestones. Unfortunately, we haven't had a PM as a speaker yet, so we haven't had the time to dive deep on this aspect of game development, but it's super important. And one of the big challenges, I think, on a team, whether it's 2 people or 6 people or 600 people, is just managing those tasks and keeping an idea of what any person needs to do at any given time. And I wanted to give you 2 tools which are available for free online in order to do that in a video similar or akin to maybe the one I did on Video Capture Device. Okay, cool. So the first one I wanted to talk about was Trello. So Trello is all about cards. So what you could do is, and I'm just going to be showing examples from 2 games that I've worked on, and I work with my co-founder, so we're a 2-person team. It's myself and Scott. And so what you can do is you can create a list. So what we like to do is we would have basically a list of all the things we needed to do in order to handle the release. So I titled that list release, so you might come here and you'll say, oh, this might be your milestone 1. And then you add a card for all the different tasks you need to do for milestone 1. So that might look like this. Maybe for milestone 1, you want to add the ability to save the game. Okay, so maybe the save screen. So let's say save system. So you'd add that as a card, and that's essentially a task that someone's going to complete. You could then jump in there, and you could assign it to somebody. So the way to do that is you would add a member. So I would say, okay, this is going to be Matthew's task. So when I close it, I can see his face pops up here. And what's really great about Trello is it's pretty scalable. So if you have a whole bunch of content you want to tie into a task, you could do so through the comment system. So you might be like, maybe I'm halfway done, in case another team member wants to look at this and see what's going on. You can even add images to specific comments. So there's a lot of flexibility here, and it's great for teams that maybe have to really own that asynchronous relationship and they're not going to be meeting up in person as much. Trello systems are really effective for keeping everybody on the same page. So this would be maybe the milestone 1. This is all the things we need to do. What you might have is an in progress list. So you'll pull this over into the in progress list when you want to have it in progress. And then you might have a list which is the review list. So maybe everybody gets together and you review all the items which are done there. Or you might have a done list. And then once you complete a task, you can either move it to a list which is specifically all the tasks completed, or you can simply archive it like this. So that is the basic functionality of Trello. It's a great product. I totally recommend it. But we've actually moved away from this one, my team personally, and now we're moving to Google Sheets, which I found to be a little more effective for our workflow because we don't need the comment system. We really just need to know the title of the task, and then from there we normally know how to handle it. So what we do is we have a Google Sheet set up, and what we do is we have a row for each one of our milestones. So these are kind of the big objectives on the current game. So for example, one of the milestones might be all the apps are built and playable and you can talk with Glassy. So we write that down, that's our milestone, and we're going to call it milestone A. So then what we do is we come up with all the different tasks which are going to be related to milestone A. That's similar to the cards within the list of the other layout we saw. And you can see all of those here. So basically these are all tasks which are marked as milestone A. So the goal of milestone A is to have all the apps built and playable and that you're talking with this person named Glassy. And maybe part of that are these kind of subtasks, which are you have to do this, conversation with this person, etc. Who is it? You're just basically, I have an initial for whether it's Matthew or whether it's Scott. And then we have the date it's due. And then we get together about bi-weekly on the milestone date, and we review all the tasks before. And I find this a little helpful because it's very nice to be able to sort through the sheets. And we also have size metrics. So this is kind of a Scrum methodology, but you basically assign a prime number to the size of the task. And you'll be like, oh, okay, this is a 3 task, or this is a 1 task, or a 5 task. And then at the end of the week, you figure out the sum of all the sizes you accomplished. So if you did a 5 and a 3, you got 8 done. and then you can say, okay, my velocity for this week is 8. So next week, I expect that I probably won't be able to finish those 5 tasks because that's 25 units in total, and I only got 8 units done this week. So it kind of helps you plan out in the future what your velocity is going to be, and it's pretty useful for teams. But I don't want to dive too deep into it. This is just 2 useful tasks, useful systems, let's say, for setting up your milestones and hopefully keeping everybody on the same page and understanding what everybody's up to and what they're going to be doing as you progress from milestone to milestone. I hope this helps. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing future assignments.